gathering to celebrate the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. In the video, Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga termed the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga as God's plan to give development back to the Mount Kenya region. Governor Kahiga, who spoke in his native Kikuyu language, says the death of Odinga sends everyone back to the drawing board, including the head of state, William Ruto. Kahiga spoke in Kieni constituency, Nyeri County. Here is the video clip and its translation.
This is a live stream. So, guys, there's a story that has come up. Mutahi, the governor from Nyeri, he commented and said about Raila's death that it's good that Raila has died. Now, I think the Kikuyu community, God knew he came through in his own ways. He saw people in heaven and that is going on. He came through in his own way and he saw the people in heaven receiving a lot. Okay, so he's basically saying that people disagreed and God was okay for taking Baba. So this is what I think. The boys, okay. You could not have said those words because now he's creating a divisive narrative between the Kikuyus and the Jews, of which it's not supposed to be like that. You see, Kikuyus are not divisive, and they don't hate Jaluos. People, Kikuyus have intermarried Jaluos, so this is very bad to hear him say something like this. So let's hear the clip. But because right now, we are going to 2027 elections, and there are so many things that are going to happen from right now till the election. So hawezi jua who can use what to spark what, and then you have the cybercrime act. So things are really, really volatile. You don't know who is going to say what, and then who's going to turn what into what. So wacha tusikie venye anasema tu Victor anasema kama pole kama audio and everything. Kama unanisikia ama msikie pole.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks.
MP for Nyando, Honorable Jared Okelo. We have the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kisumu, the leadership of the County Assembly of the Kisumu, Majority Leader and the Whip, several members of the county assemblies, party officials from across the counties. And I also have apologies of Professor Peter Nyang'nyong, Governor of Kisumu, who is currently in Nairobi on a different assignment. And we'd like to make a statement on yesterday's very callous remarks by Governor of Nyeri, Mutahi Kahiga. We are still in very, very deep mourning of our leader, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, and we have been forced out of mourning to come and address this matter. So yesterday's remarks by Governor of Nyeri County, Dr. Mutahi Kahiga, at a funeral in Nyeri constituency in his county, appearing to celebrate the death of our party leader, the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, are not only nefarious, but unbelievable and utterly despicable from a man calling himself a leader. The late Raila Odinga put his life in the line to fight for the freedoms that Kenyans enjoy today, spending nights in detention, to be among the gallant sons and daughters of the soil.
Okay. So first of all, nobody is saying. So first of all, nobody is saying that Raila. Everybody respected Raila. Okay, and some people didn't respect Raila. You can't say that everybody that he accepted supported Raila. Some people didn't support Raila. So now, British Wanga, or she's live from Kisumu, they're saying they're condemning Governor Kahiga for those words, and they want him to step down because that is unthinkable. Nugget. But at the same time, it's good that he said his truth, and he has owned up his truth. He has stepped down. Okay, that's because that was very, very, very wrong. But either way, he has stepped down and accepted accountability for what he was saying. So you tell me in the comments what you think about this. Allow me to play this clip for British Songa, for DM. We hear what's happening. But kindly like, subscribe, share, follow. I'm truly honored for being here. Japanese MKIDDI Studios, yeah.
Who championed the second liberation of our country and the selfless sacrifice for our nation, is a clear indicator that he had the country's interests at heart. During his time, the late Odinga believed in a Kenya where everyone enjoyed the freedom of speech and democracy, and fought for stronger devolution, equity and equality for all, regardless of where you come from, and a united Kenya. For someone of Governor Kahiga's caliber, who's a beneficiary of Raila's sweat, scars, and tears, to make such derogatory remarks of a man who spent most of his life fighting for change in this country is disgraceful and shameful. It is worth noting that the entire Western Kenya region that he decries of benefiting from government resources and development has nothing compared to what his region has benefited from since Kenya became independent. It is bad manners, uncouth, and unacceptable for Mr. Kahiga to make such remarks. In fact, coming from someone who occupies a respectable position of the Vice Chairman of the Council of Governors, it is utterly absurd and astonishing. We therefore demand that he immediately resigns from this position with immediate effect, and the COG cannot have a loose mouth, reckless, primitive and irresponsible person holding such a position. He's a disgrace to the country and to the people of Nyeri County. And I would like to add that the very, very position that Kahiga holds as governor of Nyeri is a creation of the fight of Raila Odinga. And we know that there is politicians like Kahiga who in the life of Raila Odinga have used him as a bogeyman to scale their own political heights there. But it is shocking that they continue to make Raila a bogeyman in his death. And what I know is that Kahiga does not speak for himself. Kahiga is the spokesperson of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua mocked Raila's illness and asked whether he was a virus and whether Kalonzo was a bacteria. To date, Rigathi Gachagua is yet to mourn Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga, who braved political tensions to go and mourn his brother, the late Nderitu Gachagua. And therefore, we note now that anyone who associates with Gachagua and his ilk like Kahiga cannot be our friend. The line is drawn. Any person who associates with Gachagua, Kahiga, they cannot be our friends. whether they are in our party or outside our party. Kahiga has drawn the line. To mock, he has crossed the Rubicon. We have crossed that line now. To mock Raila Odinga in his death, to mock him in his life, we could respond. But to mock him in his death, any person who associates with Gachagua, with Kahiga, with that lot, can never, ever be our friend. Because the principle is, the enemy, the friend of your enemy is your enemy. This morning at 9 o'clock, we have a meeting of the Council of Governors. And I, as the chairperson of the party, will be moving a motion to remove Kahiga as the vice chairman of the Council of Governors. He can lead in his village, but he cannot lead us at a national level.
That's true.
I want to ask my colleagues, Anthony and Jared, and the leadership of the Assembly, if they have something to add.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are shocked beyond words by the reckless statements as advanced by Kahiga. We all know that he revels in death because he's a beneficiary of death. Without the death of Dr. Gakuru, Kahiga would be nobody and would be nothing. So anything touching on death, he seems to take great pleasure out of. But as a community, we just want to remind him, because his memory is so short, that we have been out of government since time immemorial, but we've always been here. The only government that has given us full recognition is this of President William Samoei Ruto. And as my chair has ably said,
Okay, so so now here comes this is a challenge. This is a huge thing. So Sifuna is getting kicked out. I guess Kihiga is getting called out for talking about Raila's celebrating the Raila's death. I guess these guys are saying they are in government and they are not going to step out of government because they have been put there by Raila. So, and then you have Joho. I get Ruto eyes control in ODM power vacuum. So, and ODM condemns, as in, right now there's a whole lot of power. Right now,